Hello, Kingsway family. I'm Pastor Karen.
And I'm Pastor Scott here with you today to give you an update on what is happening at Kingsway on Christmas Eve. We know that many of you are concerned or anxious and really just wanting to know what is going to be happening at Kingsway in this Christmas season. And just to be honest, we're right there with you. But first, before we get into that, we want to acknowledge today of all of the good things that have been happening as of late. Even though we're socially distant, we continue to have groups meeting, discipleship continues to take place. We have all kinds of opportunities to serve and to give and to connect. And even though it's different than any of us would have ever expected, it is still great. I mean, think about it. Technology is something that oftentimes we would lament about. But think about it. If this was happening 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, we would be even more disconnected than we are today. But we're thankful that even though we're distant, we are able to connect and worship together, and we're able to do more together than we are apart and separate. And so Kingsway is a beautiful place full of all kinds of gifts and resources and opportunity to engage. And in this Christmas season, it is no different. I want to first tell you that on Christmas Eve, we're going to have the opportunity to stream our traditional Christmas Eve service at noon that day, but it's going to be available all day long. And it's good for you as a family to get together and connect and watch as your schedule and as your rhythms see fit. And for that, we give thanks.
Keeping in mind that we will have a virtual service for our traditional Christmas Eve, we also have been monitoring our community needs. We look at the CDC guidelines for low-risk gatherings. We remember that we have done well in our practice of outdoor worship this past summer and fall, where we wear masks and social distance in household units. And so therefore, we are moving forward with a plan for a 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock service outdoors on Christmas Eve. At our 3 o'clock service, we have a contemporary service with interaction planned for children and families, and invite you to that service knowing that. At 5 o'clock, we will have communion and outdoor spaced candlelight service. Our plan is to be at a tent in our south parking lot. The tent is an open air tent, and we will have abbreviated services. Yes, knowing that the temperature may be chill, we invite you to prepare for that. In preparation for this service, if that is a service you choose to be a part of, we invite you to look at our outdoor gathering protocol. Priority seating will be given to those who register ahead. Our registration closes on December 22nd so that we can prepare the seating for all of our guests. This is new and different, and we appreciate your flexibility and moving with us and invite you to stay tuned for more information. But that is what you need to know in order to register. We'll need 16 volunteers for those two services outdoors in order to ensure our safe protocols. And I invite those that are willing to contact Catherine Barty in order to volunteer. As always, when we have an outdoor service, it is weather dependent, and we recognize now dependent upon our community needs going forth. With all of these things, we will be offering this devotional for families. We've had a hope tree lit outside Kingsway on Lone Pine between the sanctuary and the road that is offering the light of Christ in this season. We invite you and your family to bring this devotion and come to the hope tree. And then if you'd rather not, certainly you are invited to do this devotion at your home, remembering your Kingsway family.
I'm often reminded how in cold weather, my family will bundle up and put on our cold weather gear to go things like Silver Dollar City or to get ready for the big game. And I'm excited about this opportunity to worship under the stars and outdoors, and I pray you are too. But if you're anything like me, you also look forward to warmer weather things. And so we're looking towards 12/27, our Christmas service here at Kingsway, which is going to be at 11 o'clock. And I just want to invite you into this special service because as I think about it, I picture this rich and full service, this mosaic of scripture readings and music woven together in this beautiful service as we celebrate the life of Christ. In all of these things, I do want to remind you that in this season, can continue to want to love and serve our neighbors. And so as we think about Christmas Eve, as we think about our December 27th service, I want to remind you of our Christmas Eve offering. It is going to go again to our unsheltered friends in our community. It is going to be split between Rare Breed, Harbor House, Harmony House, and Safe to Sleep. We want to take this shelter first approach and just think about how at times Jesus had no roof over his head, no place to sleep. And so we want better for our neighbors and our friends. So you can give by filling out our special Christmas Eve envelope and put your offering in there, or mailing a check in outside of that with Christmas Eve offering on the memo line, or also giving online. And ahead of time, we just want to say thank you for all of the ways in which you've entered into this season of Advent with us here at Kingsway.
So we'll see you online or at our outdoor service. Blessings, friends.